Hello, curious hearts. Tonight's tale is not quite what it seems at first glance. It's about old things, forgotten places, and the strange power of a little determination. This story is called A Little Body of Work. And if you've ever wondered what happens to broken things, or what it really means to be whole, well, settle in. You're about to find out. A Little Body of Work. Cleo Miller was a quiet 11-year-old girl with a knack for fixing things. Her favourite place in the world was her grandfather's barn, though calling it a barn was generous. It hadn't seen livestock in decades. Instead, it was packed to the rafters with broken gadgets, cracked porcelain dolls, rusting bicycles, and clocks that had long forgotten how to tick. It was her workshop, her sanctuary. Cleo spent every Saturday afternoon there, tinkering and humming. Her tools were kept in an old red fishing tackle box, and she wore safety goggles that were 3 sizes too big. She wasn't trying to make anything grand, just trying to give things a second chance. Her mum called it scrap therapy. Her friends called it weird. But Cleo didn't mind. One cloudy afternoon, while searching for a missing screwdriver, she spotted something under an old tarp in the corner of the barn. She'd never noticed it before. As she peeled back the fabric, a puff of dust rose like a ghost, and underneath was a mannequin, but not a normal one. It was small, child-sized. The arms were too long. The torso was made of stained oak and painted ivory. His face was expressionless, and one eye socket was hollow, as though it had once held a glass eye. Cleo stepped back, then stepped closer. She touched its hand. Cold wood, worn but smooth. Pinned to its chest was a small, faded label that read, "In progress. Do not discard." That was all. Cleo's curiosity buzzed. She had to know more. The next day, Cleo returned with cleaning cloths, fresh paint, sandpaper, and an odd sense of purpose. Something about the mannequin felt sad, like it had been waiting. Maybe for her. She gave it a name. Marrow. Cleo began to restore it, limb by limb. She buffed the arms, filled cracks with glue and sawdust paste, even sculpted a new wooden hand to replace the one that had been gnawed by mice. Each day after school, she rushed to the barn, eager to work. She found herself talking to Marrow. Not because she was lonely exactly, but because it helped her think. "I think you were supposed to be something beautiful," she said one night, fitting a new button into its chest. "Somebody started you, and just gave up." A wind brushed through the barn rafters, and in the faintest whisper, she thought she heard something. "Thank you." Cleo froze. Her hands trembled slightly. She looked around. Nothing there. Just her and Marrow. But the barn felt warmer somehow, more alive. As the weeks passed, Cleo gave Marrow new features. She sanded smooth cheeks, painted lips a soft rose, and eventually carved a replacement eye from blue glass she found in a broken marble. She started bringing her sketchbook, drawing ideas for clothes, poses, even accessories. One night, just before Halloween, Cleo fell asleep in the barn next to Marrow. It had been a long day. She'd painted the final coat of sealant and was waiting for it to dry. She woke with a start. The barn was pitch black, but she wasn't alone. Footsteps, software wooden, deliberate. She turned on her flashlight. Marrow was gone. The tarp lay crumpled on the floor. The barn door was slightly ajar. Cleo's breath caught in her throat. She ran outside, the cold night air biting at her cheeks. "Marrow?" Silence. Then, from the shadow of a nearby tree, something stepped forward. It was Marrow. But it moved. Its limbs jerked awkwardly, like a marionette without strings. It turned its head toward her, blinking. Yes, blinking, with its mismatched eyes. "Marrow," Cleo whispered. The mannequin nodded. Cleo didn't scream. She didn't run. Instead, she walked forward. "You're alive." A pause. Then Marrow tilted its head and in a wooden, stilted voice replied, "Thanks. To you." They sat under the tree for hours. Marrow didn't speak much, but Cleo didn't need it to. She learned the truth through fragments. Marrow had once been a boy. Long ago. A sick child whose father, a toy maker, tried to save him with magic and wood and gears. But he had never finished. The project had been abandoned when grief overtook him. For decades, Marrow had waited, half conscious, trapped between object and memory, until Cleo came along. "You finished me," he said. Cleo nodded, her eyes glossy with wonder and tears. "You gave me body." "Everyone deserves to be complete," she said. After that night, Marrow didn't stay. He disappeared quietly. No goodbye, no note. Just an empty workbench and a single blue marble left behind. Cleo searched for him for weeks, but never found another trace. She kept the marble in her red toolbox. Years passed. Cleo grew older, became an artist, then a sculptor. Her work was known for its emotion, especially the haunting beauty of her life-sized mannequins. Each piece had mismatched eyes. Each one had a name. But none of them were Marrow. Because Marrow had been real. And once, long ago, he whispered to her in the darkness. "And that, my dreamers, was a little body of work." A tale that reminds us that the things we fix might end up fixing us. That even forgotten pieces can find purpose again, especially when seen with kindness and patience. The moral? When you care for something with your whole heart, even if it seems broken beyond repair, you might just breathe new life into it and find a piece of yourself in the process. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep dreaming.